Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching my show, and you can tell I'm a little bit sick. Yeah, probably got the birdie flu, you know. Hopefully I don't die, but hey, it's rugby this weekend, it's Six Nations, gotta do these videos, but, you know, if at some point through this video I have to wipe my nose or something, I apologize in advance. I've been like pretty sick in bed or pretty much the last 2 days. So yeah, let's look at the first Six Nations match this weekend. Wales, as a proud Welshman, I'm a little bit interested about this game. Wales versus Ireland, almost a foregone conclusion, according to a lot of people out there. The Warren Gatland obviously probably got a little bit too overconfident with some of his selection policies going into the Six Nations. You know, really haven't had a consistent team over the last 12 months or so. And yeah, 14 losses in a row after the defeat in Italy. He resigned. And as a result, the assistant coach has taken over in Matt Sherratt. So yeah, it's not that great, but Matt Sherratt already done something that Warren Gatland, I thought I criticized Warren Gatland for, is bringing back some more experience in the team, and in the form of this guy right here, Gareth Anscombe. Almost forgot his name. Anyway, bring back Gareth Anscombe, you know, it is something that I thought Warren Gatland should have done to begin with, and he was really cheeky with some of his responses, like, why didn't you select Gareth? And he's kind of like, oh, you know, don't underestimate Wales, we're going to be fine without him, sort of thing. And yeah, it was turned out to be completely wrong, getting dominated every round so far. And yeah, so Matt Sherratt has already expressed that he's not really interested to have the Welsh rugby you know, head coach role full time. So he's just an interim coach for now, and he's still learning on what to do. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what he comes up with this weekend against Ireland. It is quite a desperate scramble away from the bottom for the Welsh. This will be played in Cardiff, and you know, one good sign, I guess, if you are a Welsh fan. What am I talking about? I'm a Welsh fan. I'm a Welsh. I am New South Welshman, so I should be supporting Wales. I want one thing, you know, that God is on Wales' side when there's literally raining every day, and the day of on the day of the game, right? The roof is gonna be open so God can see it, and it's gonna be clear and sunny, so that's really good. Maybe a little bit of humidity, but overall it's gonna be fine. The recent history between the two teams, you can tell it's pretty one-sided for Ireland. You know, it is not always out of the reach for the Welsh to win. 2021, that was a red card, and I think that might be the game where, yeah, definitely was a red card against Wales, and I think that was with what's his name? Johnny Sexton may or may not be on the field at that time. He might be having a concussion there. But yeah, it's you know, they won. They didn't win the Grand Slam. They won the Six Nations that year, Wales, because literally every team they play had a red card. So it's not completely out of the question for the Wales to pull up something amazing or something like unbelievable. But you know, the red card's changing now. It's only a 20-minute red card. So even if somehow Ireland gets a red card, it's only gonna be 20 minutes, unless you know, I don't know, unless you know, Mac Hansen decided to punch somebody. Otherwise, it's not gonna be a full red card anyway. So it's very unlikely that this repeat. But hey, you never know when it comes to the Welsh team. The Six Nations is actually quite interesting because the England, France, and Ireland are all still within reach to win the Six Nations. So it all kind of boils down to Ireland versus France. Ultimately, a Lansdowne Road. If the French can beat the Irish with a bonus point win and deny the Irish a bonus point, then the France will win the Six Nations, most likely. And if France beat Ireland without a bonus point and deny Ireland a bonus point, then England actually has a possibility of winning this just by having one extra bonus point. So, and in the end, if everybody goes down to the same bonus points, then it comes to the point difference. So every game is still kind of like in play. It's, you know, even with the, you know, the so-called easy wins, you still have to try to score as many points as you can to potentially become that tiebreaker at the end of the season. Still quite close and quite important for every team, especially Ireland, if they wanted to win the Six Nations, especially for them to try to beat Wales as much as possible, flog them as much as possible. So yeah, let's quickly go through the team. I'm going to go through the whole Six Nations this video, so let's quickly go through them. Nicky Smith coming number 1 for Wales, Elliot D number 2. Will Griff John comes in at number 3. A bit of a interesting setup at tight head here. Joan is a bit of a newer guy for the Welsh. Andrew Porter, the Iron Man of the Ireland team, my favorite player. probably one of my favorite players in the world right now. Andrew Porter is incredibly good. I just love this guy. He's just out there like an absolute machine every weekend, and working those star cards in the scrum just makes me happy. Dan Sheehan comes in number 2. Thomas Clarkson gets caught up in the starting position, number 3. Will Rollins, number 4. Daffy Jenkins, number 5 for the Welsh. And for Ireland, Joe McCarthy and Ty Byrne, number 4 and 5, with Ian Henderson out with an injury. In the loose forwards, we've got Jack Morgan coming number 6, Tommy Rafal, number 7, and Talupe Falatau comes in number 8, with Wainwright injured and out. Peter Romani comes in number 6. He did really well 2 rounds ago, 2 weeks ago, last round. Number 6, number 7, and despite his age, he's actually still got it. He still got it. Josh Van der Villiers, number 7, and Jack Conan came off the bench last week and really made a big impact. So he gets the nod at the start this week for Ireland. And Caelan Doris also had a bit of an injury, so he's going to be. It's also as well. He's kind of just recouping from that as well. Tom Williams comes number 9, and Tam Gareth Anscombe. These two guys have played together a lot. I always felt that this probably should have been the starting team, just because it's just like almost a no-brainer. But Galen wants to try stuff different, bring in new group of players. But I think he kind of missed the boat. With some of the selections over in July Test Series and November Test Series, the inconsistency there. Ireland, however, has persisted through with bringing through their new number 10. Jameson Gibson Park comes in number 9, and Sam Prendergast number 10. Prendergast showed to everybody that if you don't put pressure on him, he's actually quite good. And again, it's all up to Wales to put pressure on him to try to force take some of the flow out of his game. And if you get him in the rhythm, he's actually really, really good and really, really accurate. Elias. The only thing Prendergast before I go is that his goal kicking still needs some improvement in the test match. Just being able to throw the ball around really well, it's not good enough. Quite frankly, you need to be a good goal kicker. In fact, in the test matches, goal kicking is more important. You can literally have someone who don't know really how to play 10 just pass the ball around, but a good goal kicker, that is more important. Like someone like Owen Farrell, for example, that's more important than having someone that's, Bowden Barrett, for example, who was really, really good at 10, but he can't kick goals, and leading to some, painful losses for the All Blacks. I don't know if the losses will be the case, but leading to some, interesting results for the All Blacks, let's say. All right? So, yeah, Ellis Mee comes in number 11, a new guy. James Lowe, number 11, the veteran, really top form right now. Ben Thomas, number 12. Max Llewellyn, number 13 for Wales. Robbie Henshaw comes in number 12, and Gary Rinrose, number 13, the powerhouse. I think Ben Thomas is going to struggle at 12, to be honest. He's not that big of a guy, and he's up against basically like the best centers in the world right now. And he's playing a bit out of position as well there for him. Tom Rogers comes in number 14, and Blair Murray comes in number 15 for Wales. Mac Henson comes in number 14, and Jamie Osborne gets caught back at number 15. In the substitutes now, we got Evan Lloyd, number 16 for Wales. Gareth Thomas, number 17. Henry Thomas, number 18. Gus McCarthy, number 16 for Ireland. Jack Boyle, number 17. And Finlay Bennett, number 18. Teddy Williams, number 19 for Wales. Aaron Winwright, number 20. James Ryan. Oh, he's actually not injured. I thought it was... Oh, no, yeah. James Ryan's fine. Ian Henderson is injured, actually. And Kian Prendergast, number 20. Roger Williams, number 21. And number 22, Conor Murray. Gerald Evans, number 22 for Wales. Joey Roberts comes in number 23. Conor Murray, number 21 for Ireland. Jack Crowley, once again, we finish off the bench. And as always, the Ireland favours a big centre on the bench. And I guess it's the rotation for Bundy Aki to come off the bench to finish off the game in top fashion. Oh, I forgot to talk about the referees. Christopher Riley from England. He's a decent referee. I think he was at the Premier League final last year. Overall, should be okay. My predictions, just to be consistent, because a lot of people accuse me of cursing Ireland, the reverse curse. So I'm gonna predict Wales winning by 3 over Ireland, and that's gonna be the let's say 25 points to 22 for Wales. Okay, just to keep it consistent, so everybody will be happy. And then let's move on to the big game on the weekend, and that is England versus Scotland. So yeah, Calcutta Cup for England has been out of reach for 4 years in a row. This will be the 5th year if they lose again. A daunting prospect for a lot of English fans out there this weekend for the Calcutta Cup. As you can, oh, that's a different one. Yeah, so it's one of those things where Steve Bothwick has been pretty close last year in a lot of the big matches, including against the All Blacks, and then losing just by a hairline to the Wallabies. I think England is definitely finally started to find their footing. I think last week, last round against the French, we really showed that England, if they back themselves, they can beat any team in the world. And I think that's the key here. If England go out there on the weekend and they back themselves, not kicking 3 points every time it's available, back their set piece, back on their, their mental toughness, their physical prowess, they actually can put pressure on their opposition and win. And if they go out there and just try to milk penalties and kick 3, I think Scotland will have a chance to sniff out a potential win over England. This game will be played in London, Twickenham. Clear weather, no rain. Again, a little break for rugby is always great. Pierre Brousset is going to be the referee from France. He's okay. He's basically the new Matthew Reynald, but I think he's slightly better than Matthew Reynald, because we all know Matthew Reynald was the worst referee in the history of rugby ever, right? But yeah, with that being said, Calcutta Cup, quite important. I think the one thing about a Scotland team is they always do one really good game in Six Nations. That's usually against England. So if they do, come to blossom this weekend, blossom at some point this season, this will be it. At Twickenham, they have been England, Twickenham, last time they were here as well. And that was a comeback win. They would look like they were going to lose that one, only to just come back in the second half and winning that game. So this will be interesting against England, but there is a little thing I am concerned about with the Scotland. Their performances so far this season has been really, really, really less than desirable, in my opinion. Worse than they were last year. The first game against Italy, they allow Italy to come back into the game after an easy start. There was a bit of I think a few Scottish fans will be sweating from that. Last round against Ireland at home. Yeah, I think Russell got injured, but it was got taken off for the HIA. But I think that was a pretty lackluster performance as well. They showed they had what it takes to beat Ireland, but they just didn't want to push through, I guess, the pen barrier. Maybe they're saving it for this game against England, so who knows? It's a bit of wild one to pick, but I think that, yeah, England's kind of on the rise and Scotland's kind of just hovering, and it's really hard to predict this one, but yeah, we'll have to see. Let's have a look at the players that are going to be representing their nations for this massive Calcutta Cup game. History making for Scotland, and then hopefully England don't want to end up on the wrong side of that one this year. So coming in forwards now, we've got Ellis Genge for England, who's been outstanding. Look how Dickey as well since he returned, outstanding. Will Stewart, number 3, has been quite good. I think one of these guys getting the 50th cap at some point. Is it tonight? Is it Will Stewart? Not too sure, because the caps sometimes counted before they play, sometimes they're not counted. But you guys will let me know if one of these guys is going to be getting their 50th cap. Pierre Schoeman comes in number 1. He was off the bench last round, so he is at the start. Dave Cherry coming number 2, and Xander Fagerson comes in number 3. He was under the pumps by Andrew Porter. I thought Porter did really good against him. I think Ellis Genge has a similar style, likes getting a bit of angle. I think Xander Fagerson will struggle a little bit this week in the scrummaging. In the locks, we've got Maori Itoje, number 4. Johnny Gray, number 4 for Scotland. Ollie Chesney, number 5 for England. And Grant Gilchrist for Scotland in the 5 jersey. In the back rowers, England has stuck to the same setup there that was successful against France last week. Tom Curry, number 6 in the blind side. Ben Earl, number 7, moving out from number 8. And Tom Willis, I guess a bigger guy than Ben Earl, slightly taller at least, comes in a number 8 jersey for England. Scotland with Jamie Ritchie coming number 6. Roy Dutch number 7. Jack Dempsey retains number 8 jersey ahead of Fagerson, and in the number 8 jersey. So I thought it was okay against Ireland. Is Matt Fagerson injured? No, he's on the bench. So I do think Matt Fagerson is a little bit better than Dempsey, but yeah, Gregor Townsend seems to be favoring the former Wallaby here recently for the two teams. Anyway, Alex Mitchell comes in number 9. There's something to talk about. In the first round, Alex Mitchell was just doing a lot of box kicks, didn't do any of that creative attacking game that he brought for England. Last week we saw a little bit more of that, but last week he played more of a support role for Finn Smith, which I think he did really, really well to set up some of the options for Finn, just guiding him around a park a little bit. I thought that was a really good work here, and the box kicking definitely dialed down a lot last week. Ben White comes in number 9 for Scotland. Finn Smith I thought was outstanding last round against France. I was worried that he might struggle a little bit, but yeah, no problem. He made the right decisions, picked the good options, and kicked his goals. I think that was really, really excellent. Excellent. Did he kick goals? I think it was Marcus Smith kicking? I think Marcus Smith was kicking actually, but it was excellent for him 2 rounds ago. But he's going to be up against Finn Russell, another different type of animal. But I think the style that Finn Smith plays is really well suited for the England game at the moment. Finn Russell with concussion, and again, he's showed that if he's not under pressure, like against Italy in the first half, he's absolutely a magician. But if you put him under a bit of pressure, he's starting to crack a little bit. And I think his spot in the Lions, number 10, is actually looking a little bit shaky based on recent performances. I thought for sure he would be the starting for the Lions 10, but he has to put in a good performance this game if he wants to claim that right to the number 10 jersey for the Lions squad. Otherwise, he's not quite there at the moment. Number 11, Ollie Slyhorn for England, and Duhan van der Merwe, number 11 for Scotland. Henry Slade gets the number 12 jersey again next to his partner, Ollie Lawrence, number 13 for England. Scotland, number 12, Tom Jordan and Hugh Jones in the 12 and 13 combination. To be really honestly here, I thought the combination between Tom Jordan and Finn Russell was really, really bad against when Finn Russell was on the field against Ireland, and there was like quite a bit of clunkiness, quite a bit of drop ball. But then once Finn Russell came off and Blair Kinghorn moved to 10, Tom Jordan looked a lot better. So I wasn't sure what was happening there. Maybe it was just like jittering, just pressure from Jordan. But hopefully, Tom Jordan has a better work rate with Finn Russell this weekend than he did last week. But we'll have to wait and see. It was quite interesting how he just looked a lot better once Kinghorn took over at 10. But we'll have to see if that persists this week. Tommy Freeman comes in number 14 for England. Kyle Rowe, number 14 for Scotland. Marcus Smith returned number 15 jersey, also the second playmaker. And Blair Kinghorn was really good. Really, really good. Some guy was saying in the comments, like, Blair Kinghorn was really small. He's a very, like, lanky looking guy, but it's actually not small at all. He's 107 kilos at 193 meters tall. He's massive. He's absolutely massive. He's just really tall and lanky, and he looks small, right? But he's actually massive. Blair Kinghorn is just really good on his high ball as well, and always threatening. In the reserves now, we go Jamie George, number 16, the co-captain. Ewan Ashton, number 16 for Scotland. Fink Baxter, number 17. Joey Hayes, number 18. Roy Sutherland, number 17 for Scotland. And Will Hurt, number 18 for Scotland. Number 19, Ted Hill for England. Chandler Cunningham himself, number 20. And also, again, 6'2" setup for the England side. Ben Curry, number 21 for England. I think Ted Hill has been called in for one of the England forwards. Who did he come in for? Did he come in for, was it Don Bryan that he replaced? I think he was changed for somebody. Let me know who he stepped in. Yeah, but Seb Skinner, number 19. Gregor Brown, number 20. Matt Ferguson, who was 6'2" on the bench as well for the Scottish. Number 21, Harry Randall for England. Jamie Dobie for Scotland. Number 22, Elliot Daly, the match winner for the England against French game. He was actually really, really good, and he covered centre as well in that game. And Safford McDowell comes in, number 21 for Scotland. The referee is Pierre Brosset, where I talked about him. So my predictions, I hope England, I think England's going to win this one. I think England will win by a close margin. I think they're finally starting finding their style, starting, with Maori Toji as the new captain. They're starting to make some of the right decisions instead of just milking penalties. They wanted to really put some pressure on, and I think that Scotland, Scotland under pressure, there are, again, I think that if there is a good game out of Scotland, this is so hard to pick. If there's a good game out of Scotland, out of the entire year, this will be it. But aware at Twickenham, I think that England wanted to back up their win last week and keep themselves in the hunt for the Six Nation title. So I'm predicting England winning by 3 as well, and I think this will be a pretty tight game. So 15 points to 12 for England for this one. So yeah, that's my predictions. And finally, the France versus Italy game. The team hasn't been announced yet at the moment. There are some rumors apparently of the French lineup, and that there's going to be a 6-1 setup. Oh, sorry, yeah, 7-1 setup on the French side. This is the Erasmus Rugby World Cup bomb squad, something that has been criticized a lot by Matt Williams out of the Irish pundit. He's actually Australian, but yeah, thank God he's in Ireland now. He's criticized this, and Fabien Galtier has decided to, if you can't beat it, join it, right? He's decided to try the 7-1 on the bench for the French side. So they've got Jean-Baptiste Cruz coming number 1, Julien Macon, Peter Movaka number 2, Uni Antonio number 3, Tamal Philamont number 4, Mikhail Gillard number 5, Francois Croc number 6, Paul Bodekant number 7, Gregory Aldrich number 8, Anton Dupont. The big difference between the team fronts this Six Nations and last Six Nations, because last Six Nations Dupont wasn't here, and Italy draw with the French, and that was at home for the French as well. This was pretty embarrassing for a lot of the French players, and with Anton Dupont back, he should prove to be the difference. And again, with last week losing away, I think there's a lot of weight on Dupont to prove that they can polish up some of that, handling errors that they had last week and make it count this week. Thomas Ramos gets moved to 10 out from the 15 jersey. Luis Bieri, number 11. Uriah Moefana, number 12. Pierre-Louis Brassel, number 13. Theo Asigob, number 14. Leo Barret, number 15. Number 16, Julien Marcond. Number 17, Cyril Bay, number 18. George Henry Combe. Again, just huge props off the bench. These are absolutely starting players for the French in the past. Like Cyril Bay has been outstanding. Hugo Arudal, number 19. Romain Taufifenua, absolutely massive guy coming off the bench. Number 20. Number 21, Alexandra Roma. And number 22, Anthony Jaloc. Just huge starting players coming off the bench to finish the game with absolute power and force. And finally, Maxime Luku, the reserve, number 9 at 5th, number 23 jersey. So if there were any changes, Dupont might go to 10, and then Maxime Luku will go to 9 for the reserve to come on. And Italy hasn't announced their team as I'm making this video, but they have some big injury blows to Monty Ioane. This will be played in Italy, and yeah, this will be played in Italy on Sunday. So I think the French will win this one. I don't see the Italians upsetting the French with so much power coming off the bench, especially the Italian forwards has lacked a little bit of depth, despite their scrum was pretty decent. I think it was against Wales, but I do think that the French scrum is a little bit of step apart. Although the French scrum hasn't impressed me so far in the Six Nations, but yeah, I think that the Italians will probably get overpowered in the second half. I think this will be a big win for the French. 42 points to 15 for the French for this one. So let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later for the Super Rugby reviews and obviously reviews for some of these Six Nation games. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Cheers.